Hi friends, so we have been doing a series on global distributed delivery and the challenges which typically come in a global distributed delivery setup. Today we will talk about knowledge management as an area of concern in global distributed delivery. Knowledge management is often ignored, kind of an area in global distributed delivery, but really powerful, especially because there are people of different culture, different communication skills, who need to come together and collaborate. Therefore, having a lot of these knowledge and project pieces of information documented helps people who are culturally disparate, and a lot of these people may not have English as their first language, and therefore there are a lot of communication challenges or understanding challenges which typically come across in a global distributed delivery environment. So there are three areas I would recommend become important part of the knowledge management. The first is roles and responsibilities. In a global distributed environment, typically there are roles which are overlapping. There are roles which are like duplicated across geographies. Therefore, clearly documenting the roles and responsibilities help everyone understand what each person is expected to deliver. There is no stepping on each other's toes. There is no friction, because in global distributed delivery, more often than not, these are some of the common occurring problems in terms of what is this guy doing, stepping into each other's toes, having confusions into who's owning what, and everyone trying to do the same thing, or everyone thinking that the other person is gonna take up and do certain things. So having clearly documented roles and responsibilities becomes important. The second is often ignored area is definition are done for all the tracks. It's very having technology definition are done, technology delivery items having a clear definition are done is well understood, but a similar definition are done needs to be there for all the practices which are involved in the project. So for example, design team needs to have their own definition of done, marketing team needs to have their own definition or done, and similarly if there is a AI data engineering data practice involved, they should have their own definition or done, so that when handoffs are happening between practices like design to build, design team checks off all their definition or done items, and build team is also clear in terms of what the design team is expected to deliver, and vice versa. So having clearly documented definition of done across practices has been found to be very helpful. And lastly, ways of working needs to be documented as well, which means that how are we gonna what kind of meetings we are gonna have, what kind of handovers we are gonna have, what kind of time zone overlap we'll have, and what kind of a meeting discipline we would like to observe, and what are the likes and dislikes of individuals, and what are the individual working styles. So as much transparency which can be brought out into certain scenarios, and documentation can be done around ways of working, helps everyone involved, and more geographically dispersed the team is, the more critical and important the ways documenting the ways of working becomes for the team. So these three areas, documentation other than the regular project documentation, which anyways you would be required to do, will be very helpful for a global distributed delivery setup. Thanks for watching.